live from New York. It's Friday night, but no, actually tonight we're broadcasting on Monday, and I guess I will not be getting any calls because nobody really knows about it. We're going to be broadcasting basically by pod or just in different hours this week and next week. And then the week after we'll be back and we'll let you know what day in the evening, what day we'll be broadcasting. Anyway, it's Trucking to Heaven with your host, Felix, and his co-host,
Dr. Mark, right here.
Dr. Mark, right here, live in New York. Well, Dr. Mark, as always, it's a pleasure seeing you again.
Likewise, Felix.
I've got some news to tell you.
I can't wait, and believe me, this is as much of a surprise to me, ladies and gentlemen, as
What
it is
a
to
surprise.
you. Well, what is? I'm sure it must be looking at your face.
I've been defrocked from the ULC.
What?
Yes.
What happened?
They believe I am not a worthy minister.
How can they possibly say that? Looking at all the other people who are reverends.
Yes.
You worked very hard to get that degree.
But, they have a mission, and I don't go along with their mission.
What made them come to that decision? Did they give you any written notification?
It all started when I sent an email that I was disappointed in a couple of things they were doing, and they felt that by me saying that was my resignation. I didn't agree with them, but we got into a little discussion where they were getting a little nasty with me by emails, calling me an alcoholic, and I don't drink, and some other things that made absolutely no sense.
I think the shoe might be on the other foot. Maybe the person writing this has had one or two too many. But, ladies and gentlemen, before Felix continues, I really have to interject and say, what kind of religion would defrock somebody and take away their license, something that they worked hard for, simply because he has issues maybe with one or two of the preachings of the church? I mean, one of the things about religion is that they are supposed to be open-minded and fair. I can't understand this at all. I really can. Why don't you continue with your story, Felix?
Well, as I said, I basically sent him a couple of emails. He claimed he didn't receive them, asking me for some help that I needed in establishing a charter church. Since he decided to send me all the paperwork, I said, well, I might as well pursue it and see what's involved. And he didn't return my emails. I called him, and he didn't really give me too many answers, and I told him I will email him again.
Is this Brother Michael?
Brother Michael. I emailed Brother Michael again.
Whose show also was not approved by the iHeartRadio. Am I correct?
No, it has nothing to do with what we're discussing, though.
Oh, okay.
What does that do with iHeart?
I don't know.
No, absolutely nothing. This is what happened was I was not even discussing iHeart. And what happened was, so I sent him another email, and he didn't answer it. So then finally I sent him a nasty email. And by golly, that one he got. 3 previous emails go to the same address he didn't get. But the one where I said the ULC and not particularly his show, but the ULC itself, Universal Life Church, has had a rocky start, and the reputation is not as good as it could be. And I don't remember. I'll show you later. Something like that. I didn't really. And also, I said I'd like to know why I should rejoin again with them next. Sign up for them again.
Will they still allow you to broadcast?
No. So when I told them to sign up again, they said, "Well, you resigned. Goodbye." And then he sends me on his email. He says, "Besides, I never committed any felonies." So I sent him back. I never accused you of committing any felonies. Because I mentioned he had a rocky past. I said, I didn't mention that you had that, but I said, but you did have a bankruptcy and you did put out a few bad checks. I told him, I said, this is public record for anybody to see, as long as we're doing that. By then he already called me an alcoholic.
Sounds like he's taking this rather personal.
Oh, very personal.
It seems like you were defrocked for personal reasons, as opposed to anything that you might have said.
No. Then he goes, how could you give up on your flock? You were doing so well with your radio. And I said, I never resigned. You took a letter out of context, and I never resigned. I just said I don't know if I would basically want to do it again next year. Until I get some answers.
And how would he know whether or not you're doing well? I mean, he never sent you any correspondence to say, gee, for a startup, you're really doing well.
Well, he did, he did follow the ratings and everything. He knew what was going on. And then, lo and behold, he complained about you.
Me?
He said, when did I they never gave me permission to have a co-host or guest host.
What's he going to do? Lower my salary?
And that's a violation of church. Church bylaws or whatever it is.
Doesn't every church have a deacon? An assistant?
Yeah, but you're not part of the church.
That's right. I'm Jewish. What is he, prejudice?
Yeah.
I should bring charges against him for being prejudiced because I'm Jewish.
Yeah. Well, he also said that I gave you he also accused me of giving you the password to get into the Universal Church radio broadcast, which I never did.
I've never gone on that website since you know something? I have to be honest with you. I have tried to find this thing on the web. Okay, I am not very computer literate, and I haven't had much luck.
But even if you did, it's a public site. He's accusing me of giving you a password so you can go to the private part of the site.
I think this guy has been drinking his own home brew just a little bit too much.
Yeah, he's been hitting that wine a little bit. But anyway, so basically we're a show without a home right now. And we're just going to now, after the show's over, Mark and I will discuss what we're going to do and how we're going to continue. How do we find the audience that was listening to us before? Or do we have to develop a new audience?
Are we allowed to broadcast over?
Oh, no, this is not over them. This is I set up a new Spreaker account just for us. And I left the name the same, Trucking to Heaven, but we could change that if we want.
It served us well in the past, and those who listen know what to look for. So
maybe they'll do it. I don't know, And I don't know what he told the rest of the flock because he right away got rid of my name and my password and anything that I had associated with the church. So I really don't know what he's doing. I enjoy doing the show, but he went a little too far, I think.
I would like to open this up. I know we're not receiving calls today because this is pre-recorded. But
it's not pre-recorded, it's just live.
Well, no, it's going to be...
It'll start, it'll appear today.
Oh, it'll appear today?
Yeah, it'll appear today, and then it'll just be
well,
there.
Then I am opening this up to our listening audience. I want to know how you feel about this. I mean, the man stripped us of our right to broadcast over his airwaves. Okay, it's not easy starting up a show. We would really love when we start broadcasting officially live within the next few weeks. Yeah. We would love to hear from you.
We will be announcing. We're also going to, we're also on Facebook. You can, we will be contacting you through Facebook with a link for you to listen to our show. And we'll probably change the format around a little bit.
The only thing that remains the same is the phone number.
And I forgot what it is.
Oh, it's area code 516-665-1860. That's about the only thing that has remained the same.
Plus, our Skype ID is Trucking to Heaven.
That's true.
And our emails are still there.
Is it still? Yeah, because there was no mention of ULC.
No, these are my personal names. And it's Mark, M-A-R-C, at truckingtoheaven.com. And I am Felix at truckingtoheaven.com. The only restrictions we're going to have for the next couple of weeks is we could only broadcast for half an hour. No big deal. We've been restricted before to half an hour. And as the show expands, we will expand the times. We will go on and still apply again to go on iHeart on our own. It's still an open option for us, but we do need an audience to do that. So
right, we've been told that for copyright purposes, we cannot play any music. We're billed as a talk show, so we cannot play any more than 30 seconds of any song, which means that if, and it will be infrequently, but if we start a song, it will not play in its entirety, and we're going to break it off before 30 seconds. So we just want to make sure that you understand that, and that's why it's so important that you, our listening audience, take an active part in calling up, contacting us with questions that you might have, so Felix and I know where to or how to guide our discussions for those 30 minutes. Like I say, we would love to hear from you. But as I said, this was a total shock to me when I reported this evening for our usual pre-show conference. Felix wouldn't tell me anything. He had this news, and I am literally taken aback by this, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know what to say.
Well, listen, bye-bye, Bertie, goodbye, Reverend Michael, and now we're a little freer to broadcast the way we like it without anybody telling us what to do. And we're still the same people, and I think the listeners that were loyal to us listened to us because of who we were, not to who we were associated with.
Right, and also I want to add that, we are guaranteed, freedom of speech under the First Amendment, provided that we do not provoke the government or actually move anyone to treason or revolution. And let me tell you, that's the furthest thing from this show, because we are red-blooded Americans who believe in our government. But I just want to get that on the air, that I think that Brother Michael and his whole organization is guilty of trying to change the First Amendment. So what can I say? Back to you, Felix.
Well, I don't know if they're trying. I think Brother Michael is just, as I told him in one of the emails that were going back and forth, where he was threatening me with lawsuits and lawyers and all sorts of silly things, because I wanted, since he didn't want to have me on, I wanted my $50 back, which he just charged me for this charter, which I never really asked. And he told me that he has written proof, an email of me requesting it. It's funny. He only gets emails